Mathematics is the science of logical patterns, and truth can be established by deduction from these patterns. And the most elegant of math's truths exists in its foundation, which is numbers. For numbers are symbols which are utilized for measuring and counting. And as Plato expounded, numbers are the highest degree of knowledge, for it is knowledge itself. But what is the opposite of mathematics and numbers? It is ignorance. Man has blinded himself with ignorance. For as Socrates said, ignorance is the root and stem of every evil. So let us strive to find knowledge and truth, for truth can be found in mathematics and numbers.
Jesus said to Thomas, "Reach here with your finger and see my hands, and reach here your hand and put it into my side, and do not be unbelieving, but believing." Thomas answered and said to him, "My Lord and my God." Jesus said to him, "Because you have seen me, have you believed? Blessed are they who did not see and yet believed." John 20:27 through 29. Just like Thomas, most men do not believe in what they cannot see. But to believe in what can be seen is called humanism. For although there is no God, there is that which we can see, and these truths which we can apply to that which we do believe. Thus, a logical and humanistic approach towards learning the truth would be to search for truths that can be seen. And we can universally agree that the simplest of all truths that can be seen lies in mathematics and numbers. So what is mathematics? Mathematics is the science of logical patterns, and truth can be established by deduction from these patterns. And in like manner, it is through such patterns, such as in science and engineering, that we have seen God's truths. For through patterns we have a copy, a shadow of the heavenly things that shall come. For as was said of God's people, there are those who offer the gifts according to the law, who serve a copy and shadow of the heavenly things, just as Moses was warned by God when he was about to erect the tabernacle. "For see," he says, "that you make all things according to the pattern which was shown you on the mountain." Exodus 25, Hebrews 8. And the beauty of mathematics lies not in its complexity, but in its simplicity and the elegance of its truths. And the most elegant of math's truths lies in its foundation. For the foundation of math is based upon numbers. What are numbers? Numbers are symbols which are utilized for measuring and counting. And as Plato expounded, numbers are the highest degree of knowledge, for it is knowledge itself. And from the beginning of civilization, mankind was numbered. For as God said to Abraham, "Look now toward heaven and count the stars, if you are able to number them." And he said to him, "So shall your descendants be." Genesis 15:5. For the Hebrew word for number is manah, which means an accounting, a reckoning. And each of us shall be accounted for and reckoned with at the end. But what is the opposite of mathematics and numbers? And what is the opposite of truth? It is ignorance. And though knowledge is the beginning of truth, and truth is the knowledge of things as they are, man has blinded himself with ignorance. And as Plato would contest, is it not a bad thing to be deceived about the truth, and a good thing to know what the truth is? For I assume that by knowing the truth, you mean knowing things as they really are. And as St. Thomas Aquinas said on knowledge and truth, three things are necessary for the salvation of man. To know what he ought to believe, to know what he ought to desire, and to know what he ought to do. But man has continued to despise knowledge and has forsaken the truth. And in ignorance he has continued to sin against God. For through blinding ignorance man does not see. For if you were blind, you would have no sin. But since you say we see, your sin remains. John 9:41. So let us strive to find knowledge and truth, for truth can be found in the foundation of man's humanism and truth, for the truth exists in mathematics and numbers.